Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Faking Adulthood, where we talk about life, love, and things, and absolutely nothing because we don't know what we're doing. We do not have a clue. Today, my co-host is Adella Afadi. Woo!
Hi.
There's like a fake audience, and we're clapping, and we're roaring, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're here. Like, oh my God, woo! Welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me. Oh, this is exciting.
See, it was all that energy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? All that,
yeah.
you can see the crowd. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything's happening in this room. Like, there's a lot going on.
Everyone, hi.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot going on. Like, I'm just so happy to have you here. I was,
Thank
you know what I was
you.
thinking when I was coming here? I was like, I feel like I've actually known you for ages.
Yeah.
And then seen you around for
Yeah.
ages. But I don't know. I feel like we've sat properly, like, maybe like once or twice.
Yeah, because we have a mutual friend, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we kind of knew each other.
But I feel
I
like
was
we
going to
met
say,
before
sounds
that.
so extra outside the industry. I was going to say, yeah, so we do know each other, but we haven't spoken a lot. But recently we did.
Yeah, exactly.
nice.
Exactly. But I
Yeah.
remember, because I met you obviously at Liz's wedding.
Is that where we met?
Yeah.
No, surely we saw each other before that.
Maybe we saw each other before
Like,
that.
A bridal party, shower, something.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, it's
Okay.
true. And like I thought that we bonded, but I didn't get an invite to the wedding. So it was a bit like,
Do you know people were at my wedding?
I was like,
300. And also,
well, I wasn't there. How would I know?
That wedding was a week before my wedding. Imagine.
I remember.
Imagine if I'm like, hey, in a week.
By the way, in a week's time, I'm getting married. Would you like to
on
join?
over. But do you know what I
imagine?
should have done? I should have had more Nigerians at my wedding.
You didn't have a lot of Nigerians?
I didn't. I'm half Nigerian, by the way. Yeah, I'm half Nigerian, but in terms of like family upbringing, it was all my mum's side, which is the Tanzanian side. And so at the wedding, the only Nigerians I had were Gabriel's parents. And they sprayed me, and I said, wow, what a mistake. I said, what a fumble, Adella. You could have tripled this.
Yeah, you really could have been up.
I know.
Yeah, that's one of the only reasons why I really want a traditional wedding.
Yeah.
Because I don't like traditional weddings because I'm just like,
Do you know what?
I'll be real,
Oh,
man.
do you know what? They do look stressed, but I like the concept.
They look so stressful.
But the actual execution.
And honestly, no offense to anyone, but every traditional wedding I've been to, I didn't find it exciting.
Yeah, fair.
To be honest,
Fair.
it was just really long.
Yeah.
Apart from the one that I was in, and that felt maybe because I was like
You were
part of it.
but if you were a spectator,
Yeah,
you might,
it's just so big. You can't really see anything, and then the food takes so long to come. And I'm just like, guys, when it comes, wow, powerful. Exactly. But until then, I'm like, wrap this up, man. Do you know what I mean? But the money,
exactly. I could have that.
Yeah, the
just,
money.
Just from that 2 sprays, it took us like halfway through our honeymoon.
No.
Yeah, and I thought, wow, imagine how far.
How far you
could have gone
your
if I
honeymoon
had
could have
more
been. Your honeymoon could have
Nigerian
been free.
aunties and uncles. Yeah.
Wow.
I know. We don't spray in Tanzania. That's a lie. We do, but not at the wedding. At the send off, we spray.
Oh, really? Like when, as in like when you guys are leaving the wedding?
No. So we have what's called a send off, which is our trad, and it's basically like the husband's family come knocking. I saw this girl, and then they have to bring like dowry, basically.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So we had like a little one of those.
Yeah.
At my mum's house, but anyways,
That's
now
so
I know.
cool. Wow. Don't. Well, it's too late now.
Oh, it's too late.
Wow.
Money's gone. It was
Yeah, I
expensive
need
as
to.
well.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
had so many people. But
Yeah, 300 people.
350 by the end of the night. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I don't even think I know that many people.
I don't think I know that many people.
What is more on Keith's side?
No, it was.
Or your family?
Actually, it was us, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we gave our parents 75 each. But that included people that we would invite, so like aunties and stuff that they just handle that.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really anyone we didn't know. But at the time, we were youth leaders. And so we just had this big network of people.
Oh, yeah.
If we were to get married again now, I don't think it would be
It'd
that
be
big.
different. Yeah.
Not that big. And do you know what? Yeah, I always remember my husband's friends. After the ceremony, they came up to us. They're like, "Oh, that was beautiful. Anyways, yeah, we'll see you later." We're like, "Wait, where are you going?" They're like, "What? We'll go home." I was thinking, "Do you know how much it is per head?" I was so annoyed. I was like,
So wait, they didn't stay?
no, they didn't stay. They left after the ceremony, and I was just like, no, like, because in our head, when we're doing the spreadsheet, everything is per head.
Yeah.
And it's like £100 a head or something like that. Because catering, chairs, tables.
Gosh, but they didn't even stay
They didn't even
for
stay.
the food.
I just thought.
Whoa, that would have really stressed. Where are you going? Come back here.
Any no shows, I was like,
Yeah, you'll be getting a side eye from me.
Absolutely.
No
But
shows for a wedding is crazy. Like, especially for the dinner part.
yeah, it feels like the after party, whatever.
Do you know what I mean? But the dinner part where you know there's the food part, that's I mean,
I don't know. I can still remember it. 6 years later.
You're
I
saying
know all your faces.
the way he was saying it was like it happened last weekend. Guys, she got married 6 years ago.
Oh my God, 6 years is long. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 6.
It's about 6 years. Yeah. And you remember it like it was yesterday. You're like, I remember their
there's
faces.
so much of my wedding I don't remember, but I remember that.
Wow.
Because it's such a blur.
Damn.
Yeah.
What a life.
What a life.
Well,
I've
welcome.
lived. No, joking.
No, you've lived. You've really lived. Well, I mean, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
The guys know, man, I like to start my show with a complaint.
I'm glad.
Because I just
have
think
some.
in this world, we need a safe space where we can complain freely. And I would like to think that this is the safe space for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've got a lot of complaints.
Okay, cool.
As usual.
Yeah.
Okay. But one complaint, I don't know if this is, I don't think it's niche actually. But I do think it's something that we don't talk about out loud.
Okay.
But
I'm so
I'm
excited
going to talk about it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my complaint is actually very, very simple. And it has to do with public toilets.
Okay. Wow. I'm with you so far because I hate them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we all hate public toilets, fine. But sometimes we have to use it.
Yeah.
Okay. When we use the toilet, we're in a vulnerable state. Okay. It's a vulnerable situation.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm already vulnerable whilst I'm in that cubicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. My complaint is this. It's where the tissue is behind you. Do you get what I'm saying? So have you ever gone into a toilet, you use it, and for some reason, they've just placed the toilet they placed the tissue behind you, like it's on the toilet, like the toilet, you know the flatness of the toilet?
Yeah.
It's just not on the side.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got your tissue holder
Yeah,
on
so
the
it's
side.
not in the tissue holder.
It's not a tissue holder. It's behind you, because
Okay, I
maybe
got
like
you.
even the toilet is doing aesthetics or
Yeah,
something.
I
Do
get
you know what I
you.
mean?
Okay.
So they've got like a back
Yeah,
bit
absolutely.
or something.
That'd be
And then now,
Yeah.
look, I'm walking in. I'm not inspecting every bit. And I'm
Okay, that's where you went wrong.
So I'm thinking the tissue's there. I'm in a vulnerable situation. I'm already like not even seated comfortably. I'm squatting. There's a lot going on. Do you know what I mean? Now I finished what I've done. I'm looking for the tissue. I go like this. It's not there. Now in my vulnerable state, I have to now like be bending backwards to get tissue.
I hear you.
This is an outrage.
Here's the thing, Rita. Your first mistake is that you didn't take the tissue before you squatted. I've never, ever in my life, and do you know what? I didn't realize I do this until now. You've made me think. I've never started peeing before I have the tissue ready. Really? Because what if there's not enough? What if it's like run out? Like I go into the cubicle.
You get the tissue first.
First of all, I kick the door with my foot. And then I look, I inspect, and I decide if this is the cubicle for me.
Yeah, true.
Once I've decided,
that,
once I've decided, I then undo I just want minimal contact basically. I undo my buttons, and then I take enough tissue, more than enough actually, let's be real. I take more than enough tissue, and then I squat, because I'd never touched the toilet seat ever. I don't even do the tissue runs, no. I just squat, I just hover.
Yeah.
And then, but the tissue's already there, ready.
That's where I'm missing it.
Yeah.
I'm placing too much trust in that toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it's like nice.
Yeah, there's so many factors.
There's so many factors because it's happened to me.
You might pull and it's like, that's it, I'm finished.
Yeah, no, you're right, because it's happened to me twice. It happened to me and that's why it became my complaint. Because I was like, this is like, why is it behind me?
Yeah.
This is an outrage.
That is actually, yeah.
But it makes sense to take it before.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's just so much going on. Especially if you're like desperate. Like if I'm using a public toilet, I've reached a point of like, okay, I really need to go. Do you know what I mean?
I hear that.
So I'm just trusting that it's going to be there. And then twice last week,
Never trust a public toilet.
I was like, why is it not at the side?
Yeah. Also, do you know what? Top tip. Always go into the first cubicle. Because people don't go into the first cubicle because it's the first cubicle.
Yeah, they don't, yeah.
But then if you think that, no one's actually going to go in the first cubicle because it's usually the cleanest.
Yeah, it's true. Don't go to the back one.
Don't go to the back.
That is a big mess up.
Don't go to the back.
Yeah, because that's where people think they have their privacy the most.
My sister saw me going to the first. She goes, "Oh, you just going to the first cubicle?" I was like, "That's the reason why." Because you don't. No one does. That's my tip.
Wow. Well, come on, tip. Well, and that's my complaint of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear that.
What's
I
your
hate
complaint?
Public toilets. I have a couple. The first one actually kind of aligns with why I like this complaint segment.
Yeah.
And the reason I like it is because my first complaint is comment section on social media. That's not the place for your complaints.
It's not the place.
It's not the place. Well, it can be. It's a free country, do you know what I mean? But I'm sick and tired.
Yeah.
I'm sick and tired. And if anyone like watches my videos and stuff, they'll know that I've said this before.
Yeah.
The comment section has become really, really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really toxic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just watching a video, a beautiful, innocent, like, someone's like, oh, buy this Amazon Hoover. And the comment section, but if it it's toxic because... Or someone's done like a funny relationship skit and someone's like, you should get divorced.
Yeah.
This is weaponized. And it's like, do you know what's the worst? The worst ones? Recipe videos.
Yeah, they're just
recipe videos.
Honestly,
someone will do like this is a fruit salad recipe, and someone will be like, "What if I don't like fruit?" Then maybe
it's not for you.
Maybe it's not for you.
It's not for you.
Yeah, that's my.
Just keep. That's what I don't understand is like, why can't you just?
Why can't you keep moving?
Just keep moving.
Yeah, I just think. Do you know what? Fair enough. Life is life, right? So I can see why people are upset and miserable and stuff. I hear it. And I think social media is just giving everyone a platform to be like,
honestly, it's too much.
So that's, and do you know what? I sometimes forget. I'm just scrolling. I'm like, oh, what a lovely video. And then I go to the comments and it just hits me in the face. I'm like, oh yeah, no, we're not happy. We're not happy in this country or honestly, actually anywhere.
We're not happy at all. Fair. And it's so different because on different platforms, it's actually different.
Instagram's the culprit at the moment, you know.
Instagram right now,
it's actually really not nice.
It's bad. It's really bad. Let me tell you something. The way I've been getting dragged on Instagram.
Why?
My comment sections on Instagram.
Really?
What?
What are you saying?
Exactly. I feel like I'm so unproblematic. Yeah. I feel like I mind my business.
Yeah.
I have my own theories. I live in my own head.
Yeah.
And just because I started sharing them, that's been my big problem, my big mistake.
That's the problem because
yeah. So the comments that I get sometimes, I'm like,
are people taking you too seriously?
Taking me too seriously, man. Yeah. Like, it's like the sarcasm.
Yeah, people don't get it.
It hasn't been hitting.
Like, no. Everyone had a sense of humor, but obviously...
No, the sarcasm, it has not been hitting, man. Okay, honestly, it's been really missing. It hasn't been finding its audience. So, honestly...
Are you bothered?
No, okay. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I'm just like, I'm used to it now.
Okay, fair.
I'm just used to it. But I'm like, a part of me is like, oh, am I not funny? Like, is it not hitting? Okay. Do you know what I mean? And then I'll go on TikTok and it's been received fine. So, but IG right now is...
Yeah, you got to find your people.
I think they're just like, ain't shit funny, man. Yeah. They said ain't... Like, I made a joke. I mean, it wasn't even that deep, honestly. I just was like, you know, when I say I'll let God deal with it, I understand, but... You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, because God is gracious, they're going to get away with it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's funny.
My mom called me and she was like, oh, yeah, that's funny. She was like, I get it.
No. Don't mess with God.
No. Okay. She was like, no, I get it. The comments.
Really?
I don't know. I think I was getting shares and I'm thinking I'm getting shares because...
Yeah, I'm going viral.
No, I'm getting shares because they're sending it to their church community groups. What? I had the church community. I've never seen so many church people in my comments in my life. They were coming for me. They were putting verses. Then I felt bad for deleting verses. I was like, God, I'm not deleting your word. Do you know what I mean? It's just that these lot are attacking. They're using your word to attack me. So I have to delete it. But I felt bad deleting it because it felt like, you know, they were doing evangelism in my comments and I'm deleting it saying, no, I'm not showing this.
No. What's that, Galik? No. None of this. No, you got to do what you got to do.
I had to delete them because I'm like, you lot are doing too much. And I said to them, I had to leave a comment. And I was like, guys, I get what you guys are saying. It's a joke. Yeah. You're preaching to the converted. They said I have to give my life again. They said that I need to convert again. That was a legit comment.
I don't think that's how it works, but...
Yeah, they were like, you need to convert again. They were like, this.
You need to repent.
Said,
wow, okay.
I said, okay, guys.
What I mean.
Yeah.
That's my complaint.
I need you lot to stay away from me. It's too much.
It's too much. No, they don't get it.
Everyone's angry. I think everyone's just really angry at life.
Yeah.
So now they just have so much more time to just attack every single thing.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just not everyone... That sounds wild. I was going to say, no, everyone should have a voice. Yeah. Everyone should have a voice. Okay, but sometimes... Calm down.
Yeah.
That's my first complaint.
Okay. Okay, come on.
My second complaint, yeah. Let me take a sip because this one's recent.
Sip as well. Yeah.
So... This happened recently. This is why I was reminded of it. So people being miserable. Yeah, people are rude, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's, you know, life. You're disgruntled, and sometimes you take it out on people, or whatever in it. Mm-hmm. I get a lot of rude calls from like delivery driver, so especially in my old place because it was kind of a weird address. Sometimes you couldn't find the front door. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So sometimes I'd get calls and people being like, oh, can't find you. Where? Da, 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 da. Cool. All right. Rude, but whatever. But what I don't like is that so often, right, they'll call me because maybe I made the order or something. But it's usually my husband that will come to the door. And the way their demeanor changes when he opens the door, I'm just like, do you not respect me? Like, is it because I'm a woman? Like, you just don't, like, it happened the other day. I did a grocery delivery order and he called me at like 6 a.m. like, I'm downstairs, I've been ringing for ages and you're not picking up. I was thinking, all right, calm down. First of all, you haven't been ringing, that's a lie. I was like, hey, whatever, I'm coming. I buzzed him up, opened the door, and then he just like settled down and I didn't realise my husband was behind me.
Oh, so you were thinking he was calm because of you.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I think that's right.
and then you turned around and was like, oh.
I turned around and was like, oh, okay, cool. I just thought, that's rude. Like, what's this, the patriarchy or what? Like,
it's the
I don't
patriarchy,
like it.
yeah.
On one hand, I'm like, yeah, good. You thought you could, yeah. But the other hand, I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah, respect me.
Respect me.
Yeah, respect me. I should be enough.
Just because my voice is a bit high pitched on the phone.
Yeah.
You think you can
Talk to me anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even say anything. And you know him. He's not. He's not like,
he's chill.
He's chill.
Yeah, but people are scared of the quiet ones though.
Yeah. Do you know what? I don't know if it's, not to drop the R word, but you know, they see a tall black man, they think, oh, I'm scared.
That's what I was going to say, because he's tall.
That's probably it. That's probably it.
If he was petite, it might be different.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, oh.
If he didn't have the beard, maybe.
Do you know what I mean? But they just see, they're like,
I just don't appreciate the switch up. Because also, I'm a big believer of keeping the same energy. Like, I don't like confrontation. So I just don't confront. Like, I'm chill with everybody. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to see you and be like, oh, yeah, I can give her whatever. And then I see someone else and I'm going to settle down. Yeah. I'm just nice to everyone. Yeah. But these guys, they're like, oh, they hear me on the phone. They're like, wah, 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 wah. And then as soon as he opens the door, they're like, oh, they just settled down. I was thinking, and some of them try to keep the energy, but you can tell that they've been a little bit humbled. So they're like, oh, yeah, this place is hard to find. And it's like, oh, but your voice is a bit,
your volume's gone down. Like, keep the same energy you had on the phone. Yeah.
So yeah, that's
it's true, you know,
that's my complaint.
Yeah, because the way delivery drivers talk to me can be very rude sometimes.
Yeah, it's rude. I'm like, sexism. Do you know what? Maybe we should just start like badding them up. Yeah. It's dangerous.
No, it is
like
dangerous.
Flipping a coin because they could punch us. But
yeah, you got to bad them up on the phone, maybe. Not in person.
Before they get to the house.
Yeah, so but you need the food. Yeah, you can't bad them up.
And afterwards, it's gone.
It's gone, yeah.
Because sometimes I think about it, in my dreams, in my fantasies. Just being this like confrontation queen and just like telling people about themselves. Yeah. Then I think, what if I die?
And this is the thing. I'm not a confrontational person. Like, for me to confront you, like, you've really pushed me. I mean, I can confront you, but it'll always be on a really calm flex. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But for me to be like, rah, 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 rah,
oh. I don't think I've ever been rah, rah, rah.
Really? Yeah. No, I have, like, but you have to really push me. Yeah. Like, we've gone beyond reason.
Okay. I want to be more, it's a goal of mine to be more confrontational.
Really?
I'm practicing it.
Really? Why do I be more confrontational?
Because this is no way to live my life. Like,
So when you are confronted, so when someone like annoys you about something, so what do you do?
Like old me or new me?
Okay, so old you. What would
old me, I'd make excuses in my head. I'd be like, because do you know what it is? Genuinely, I'm like, oh, that wasn't their intention. You know, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, you rationalize it.
Yeah, rationalize it. But what happens is you just build resentment over time. 100%. I'm a recovering people pleaser. That's what I like to call myself. Yeah. And you just build resentment over time over small things that you could have just addressed at the time. Yeah. And so now the people close to me know, I'll just be like, hey. Hey, I didn't like that. And they're like, whoa, Adella, she's confronted. So now I'm practicing confrontation a bit more. And like, even when I don't want to, just trying to speak up. Yeah. Because it's no way to live.
It's no way to live.
There's no way to live at all.
And that's what kept pushing me. So I was like you, like, so you do little things and I'll be like, no, it's fine. And I'll rationalize it in my head. And in my head, it makes complete sense why you acted mad. Yeah. So it's like, I will have the whole argument in my head. And then by the time I see you again, it's like, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I keep doing it. But then you keep doing it. So it will get to a point you're doing little small things. I remember one of my friends, well, ex-friends actually, to be fair. But like, she was doing little things. And the thing that tipped me over the edge was just one day I was driving and then we were out, and then she just got in a car, like when we were leaving the place, and was just assuming I was going to drop her home.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Something like that wouldn't, but it's because of the years of, or however long of build-up,
but it was like, there was so many years of me thinking that she's so entitled. Yeah. So you get in my car, you live on the opposite end of London, babe.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And you just assume I'm going to take you home. You don't even,
relate.
she actually just got in the front. I could see this like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
She just got in the front seat, just sat down. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then I was still cool. I didn't even say anything,
Yeah.
but I was angry. So
Yeah.
then by the time she did something else that was so small, that's when it
Okay.
blew up.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, and then I had started to get this thing about being angry because every time I got angry, it was always the end of the relationship because of the fact it had built up so many times.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was just never normal. And I'll be so envious of people who would be like, oh yeah, we had a little back and forth, but we're cool now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We had a back and forth and we're cool now.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is that never me?
Yeah.
Every time I have a back and
argue and
forth,
make up, I'm like, wow, really?
I'm like, every time I argue,
It's the end.
it's the end.
It's a
We
big
are
deal.
done. Like,
Yeah.
it's a big deal. Like, that's what it used to be like until like I started to work on it. And I was like, no, I have to speak up.
Yeah.
If someone does something, I'm like, yeah, hi, I didn't like you. I didn't like that you did that. That made me
relate.
upset. And then we move on. And then now I'm like one of those people now. You have a little back and forth.
Yeah.
And then we're
you
just
keep
back together
moving.
again.
Yeah, yeah.
And you just feel so much closer.
Yeah, you do.
Because you feel understood.
Yeah.
They feel understood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel you. It's so funny about the anger thing because when I did therapy, whenever my therapist would be asking me to be like, oh, how did you feel? I would use every word except for angry because I genuinely didn't recognize it as anger. I'd be like, oh, it irritated me a bit. Or like,
God,
I was a bit annoyed. I was a bit this. And he's like, and that is, and eventually I was like, oh my gosh, anger. And I was like, me? Like, I'm the least confrontational person. So how can I be angry?
Yeah.
And then I discovered that, all these emotions are anger and I just don't like let it out. I just hold it in.
Wow, you're my twin, man.
Yeah,
yeah, that's good. Where have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I don't really look into it anymore, but there was this Enneagram thing. Have you ever heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, do you know what? I even forgot what it's about. But it's basically like personality types, basically.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
1
yes.
to 9.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you which one.
Like IN.
No, that's a different one.
Oh.
That one, I can't remember what I'm on that one. But Enneagram is like just 1 to 9, basically. And I'm a 9. But you might be a 9. You might be a 9 as
Yeah,
well.
it's given the same.
9 are peacemakers.
I am a peacemaker.
Your core, everything you do is to basically bring you inner peace. Everything.
Yeah.
Good and bad.
Yeah. I'm a peacemaker.
And you're quite neutral sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, that's me.
Might be the
Damn.
same.
See, this is what I love about this show. But I'll be meeting people and
You
I'll be like,
discover
you just like me.
Do you know what? Most people are
like
so
me.
similar. You don't realize.
Yeah, you don't realize because you obviously you see people out and about, but
Yeah.
it's not often that you actually get to like talk to people. And then when they talk, you're like, oh,
Me and you the same.
we're the same.
Yeah.
It's so that's actually mad. I need to Google that. What's it called?
Enneagram. I'll
Enneagram.
send it to you. But you do this quiz and it's like, and when you read it, you're like, oh my gosh, that is me.
Yeah, I love doing
And
those little
it's
quizzes.
good to know what someone else is because then you can kind of see how the two interact. I was probably into it, and then someone said it's something to do with the devil, so I deleted.
Wait, someone told you it was something to do with it. You now said you're gonna send it to me.
No, basically, someone said that the person who founded it, like, they got words from, I don't know, it's just something. I heard demonic. I said, oh, well, I've got all the information I need now, so I'm just gonna unfollow all the pages.
You said you ain't gotta worry about me, man.
I'm like, I got the knowledge up here. I don't need to engage with this anymore. I don't know how true that is, but I just thought I ain't taking no chances. But all the like people do podcasts on it and everything, and it's like, so my husband is a 1 and I'm a 9. So opposite ends.
Oh wow.
And he's basically 1s are like, they're very principled.
He gives me principled.
Yeah, right is right, wrong is wrong. Like he does not confrontation. He eats confrontation for breakfast. He does not care. And so like he's very black and white basically. So
that is so
whereas
interesting.
I'm not black and white at all.
That's so interesting because every guy that like I date or any guy that I'm like I like a lot, they're like that.
Opposite to you.
Like principled.
Okay, yeah.
Probably a 1.
Yeah. I think
we need
most people,
because
most people are with someone who's opposite.
Can you imagine like if your husband was
no.
both of you be like, oh,
we're
both offended together.
We just be dancing in the fields. Or
yeah, those people who are black and white, I'm just like, sometimes there's grey for crying out loud.
Always grey.
Like,
always grey.
It's so black
and
white. But it's good though because it's like I operate in like a little bit in emotions. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I'm just
a little bit. I operate in a lot of emotions.
How do I feel?
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. But they're very like, okay, is this right or wrong?
Exactly.
What is logical?
Yeah, exactly. It's not about how you feel. It's about what's right and what's wrong. I said, oh. But do you know what I learned? Right. So early on when we got married, I was losing all the arguments basically because he is, like I said, black and white. He can give you dates, times, reasons, arguments. I was like, oh, okay, well, I don't like this, but it sounds like you're right. Like, what can I do?
I guess that's it then.
I guess that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like, at one point I said, nah. I said, the maths is not making, I can't be wrong all the time. Surely, like. And then it's actually my sister, who's a bit similar to me. She was like, nah, Adella, your feelings are valid. And I was like, yeah.
Feelings are valid, okay?
I was like, yeah, you're right. And she's like, just because you're more emotional doesn't mean you're wrong. I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. So then after that, I literally got so much energy. I was like, listen, yeah.
I don't care what you say.
I don't care about the facts. My emotions are also rooted in facts. And do you know what? He was like, okay, like, my bad. So now we've realized that, like, I'm more emotional, but my emotions are rooted in something. Like, do you know what I mean? I might have to dig a little bit deeper to get to the facts, to get to the logic, but it's there. And so now we've realized, like, he has to take my emotions seriously. Because like, if I say I feel something, he has to be like, okay.
I love that.
Cool, I hear that. And just because he said something and it sounds like a fact, I can be like, yeah, but no. I still disagree.
I disagree
with the facts. So yeah.
I love that, you know.
Yeah.
It's just got me thinking of, because I'm just like, yeah, I can never win. Yeah, I can never win the battle.
You got to stand firm in your emotions, you know.
Yeah, because they're just so logical.
Don't let them tell you emotions are inferior to logic. It's not.
Yeah.
I disagree.
But then you've got a logical man to fall in love with you, which is like...
Exactly. Do you know what I say all the time?
How?
Do you know what I bring to the relationship?
What do you
Vibes. Vibes. Because, I was thinking about this once. I was like, rah, he brings a lot. He is a good man. Like, he's
a good man, Savannah.
He's a good man. He brings stability. He's provider, this, that. And I was thinking, Adella, what do you bring? And again, I was talking to my sister because she's similar to me.
Yeah.
And she's like, we bring vibes. I was like, you're right. Like, don't underestimate vibes. Like, I say to my husband all the time, you be miserable without me. And don't you forget it. I bring so much joy. I've changed your life. I've made you so much happier. I feel like when he married me, it's like he was free. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he had the freedom to be alive. Like, you don't have to be so rigid.
Exactly.
You could just be free, fly.
Because men who are like that because of their upbringing, isn't it? So they're probably like quite, I don't know, like his family are quite, they're like him. They're quite like principled.
Yeah.
So then when he married me, I remember, so random, but I remember he wanted to buy like PlayStation or something, but he couldn't decide between like a PlayStation or Xbox. I'm like, get both. And I remember like it was one of the first things he bought when we moved in. Yeah. And I was like, look at this, free gen. Don't you love it here? Don't you love it here? So yeah, I just think that's why he's like, what do I bring to the table?
No, I love
vibes.
it. No, I feel so
good
seen.
energy.
Okay, I'm gonna bring vibes. Okay, I'm gonna bring joy. Okay,
exactly.
I'm gonna bring you freedom.
Exactly.
Okay, to just live your life, happiness. Like, just be free.
Vibes, encouragement, all these things that are not. People don't put no respect on them because they're not tangible.
Yeah,
but you would not be where you are.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I didn't bring all this stuff.
No, you've given me energy.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yes. Yeah. Do you know what it is? There's a lot of traits that people have, especially women. Yeah. Feminine traits, I'd say.
Yeah.
That people think are inferior to the quote unquote masculine traits.
Yeah.
But they're not. People just need to put some respect, because a lot of women think, oh, I've got to be like a man to succeed.
And it's like, no.
You don't have to be like a man. We just need to put some more respect on the quote unquote feminine traits.
Yeah.
Because they're actually needed. Do you know what I mean? Like this whole, nurturer or encourager and all these things that people think are like fluffy and like inferior. They're actually so needed. Like we can live in a world of just logic. Hard. Structure.
We'll all be miserable.
We'd be miserable.
Miserable. They're walking around. There's like,
depressed.
Bro, where is the, a bit of nurture?
Where's the light?
Do you know what I mean? Even I don't know if I'm nurturing. Because I've met nurturing women and I'm like, you're so...
Yeah, I'm not as nurturing as some nurturers.
Do you know what I mean? Just me, and I'm like, you're so nurturing. Like every time you're with me, it's just like a big cuddle.
Yeah, some people
I
like that. I have
friends
like that. Yeah.
They're just so like warm and it's like, oh. And then they just love cooking and you just love baking and I'm like, oh. Look at you. Yeah. Cook up.
They give good hugs.
They squeeze you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I'll be there on the other side, like, raw, like, this is tight.
Like, I like the hug, but
you're like really hugging me, you know? Like, I'm not at the stage of that nurturing. And I used to kind of be upset with myself about that because I'm like, I want to be like that. Yeah. But it just doesn't come natural to me. I'm nurturing in a different way. You know? My nurturing is like, I want to see you do well. Okay, I'm always going to encourage you. I'm always going to like help you with what you can do. But I'm just not like a
fluffy nurturer.
I'm not a fluffy nurturer.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder if it will come later. I don't know.
Do you know what? There's so many things that I wanted to be.
Yeah, what did you want to be?
I wanted to be sexy.
Yeah, I tried the sexy thing.
I tried the sexy thing.
Yeah,
I tried to be sexy and mysterious.
Yeah, I tried that as well.
Every year at school, summer holidays, I would try to rebrand. I'd be like, I'm coming back to school and I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to be mysterious and I'm just going to be so cool and quiet. Day one, I'm there, yamming. And I was like, oh, damn it. Got to try again next year.
Honestly, this is the first year of my adult life where I have accepted
it's beautiful.
that I'm not going to be mysterious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not, I'm a woman. I walk into the room, you know that I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be seen. And my mum is very much like that.
Okay,
like,
fair, there you
she
go.
walks into a room, you can't ignore her. You know that she's there. She doesn't care. Like, over the years, she's had other women like think she's doing the most or doing too much. And she's never cared. This is who she is.
There's freedom in that.
Freedom in that. And I'm like, do you know what? I started to feel it within myself. And I was like, yeah. This is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not mysterious, okay? Yeah. I'm not like telling you all my life, do you know what I mean? But I'm not mysterious. You probably have a inkling the type of person that I am. I'm not the sexy babe. Do you know what I mean? I try to be sexy, you know.
Yeah, me too,
I try to be sexy so bad, man.
I've given up.
Yeah, there was one time I remember, I tried to be sexy. I was in this guy's office and I was really trying to be sexy. I was really in my sexy era. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I had this Nigerian Fanta, And you know the Nigerian Fanta is long. It's like, it's a big, do you know what I mean? It's not actually really easy. And the mouth bit is quite small, to be entirely fair to me,
Yeah.
So anyways, like he's sitting and he's just like working. And I remember I was like standing in the corner.
Are you
and
also working at the office?
No, like sometimes when I fancy someone, I just like to be in their
Okay,
presence.
cool.
And, like, this is why it's good that I have a job now because I'll just be so jobless. Like it's like their life becomes more exciting than mine.
Okay.
Anyways, I get the Fanta, I'm just there being jobless, And then I try to drink it whilst he's talking to me. But I don't want it to stop the conversation because I want to drink my drink. Okay. So he's talking, so I get the Fanta and I like try to like, drink or more. That whole thing just dripped out in the most, it was, I just said,
God was like, it's not for you, Rita.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is so... And I tried to like be quirky with it. So as it went like, and I like, and then tried to... No, it just wasn't working. I was like, I don't have... I feel like I'm cutesy.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lady, cutesy, quirky. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's my vibe.
There's a market for everything.
And I think there's a market for that. Do you know what I mean? And like, I try to go the whole like having a big bum thing. Oh. I tried
Been there. Been there. And I gave up.
And then I was like, do you know what? Maybe this isn't my destiny. And that's okay.
That's okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I was like, let me find outfits. That's just my vibe.
Big bum's
my
not
energy.
for everyone.
It's not for everyone.
Do you know what it is, Okay, so I think there's a reason God didn't give me the body of my dreams.
What's the reason?
Because I would be a menace to society.
Listen.
If some girls, I've seen their bodies, said God knew.
If I had that body,
God knew not to give me this because I don't think I would be, I might not even make it to heaven. I'll be real.
Yeah. Oh,
I'll be real.
I mean, come on.
I'll be real.
I'll be too deep in what this life is now.
I would be.
What?
I just think I would be a mess. And you know what? Yeah, I have a theory. And I'm glad. I what do you call it? What's the word? I glowed up late. Actually, tell a lie. I don't think I glowed up late, but the area I lived in
didn't appreciate it.
Yeah. So I didn't know I'd glowed up.
Yeah,
because they weren't checking for me.
Yeah, fair.
They weren't checking for me, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, fair.
So I just didn't really care. Well, I did care, but I didn't really think much about my looks. So I had to develop a personality.
Yeah.
And then I went to where the brothers were at. I was like 15, 16, and I found the blacks. I found the black people.
And you were like, wow.
And they were looking at me like I was gold buff. I was like, swear down. I was looking around like, me? Swear down. And so that's when I discovered that I was buff. And now I'm like, oh, so now I've got the whole package. Because I've spent years developing my character. Do you know what I mean? I spent years being a good person, cracking jokes, being smart, all this stuff. Yeah. And now you're telling me I'm cute as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bonus.
That's the whole package.
That's the whole package.
And
that is the whole package.
That is what I am.
You're the whole package.
That is what
you
I
are
am.
a walking complete package.
Yeah.
Wow, no, I hear it. No, I actually hear it. Did I go up late? No, I've been quite lame.
Is
my
it?
life, actually? Yeah.
Okay, but that's good though because you got a personality.
Yeah, but
My
in
theory
primary school
states that you would not.
Yeah, no, but in primary school, to be fair, I did go through a really strong, ugly season.
Okay, that's
But
what
was,
made you.
Yeah. So that was in primary
Yeah.
school. It was very much like no one was really checking for me.
Okay.
Like we were playing kiss chase, but I was
Okay.
the one chasing.
Oh,
Do you know what I
right.
mean? Like no one was chasing me. Do you know what I mean? So these were
Tripping
the
over, like,
yeah. And then I remember like I used to like all the those prayers like praying to be white and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I used to have the Emma Bunton fringe, but my hair was natural. My hair was natural, so obviously that didn't work. It was just
Saucy hair.
Bossy hair, bossy fringe. Do you know what I mean? And then I also became a preacher in primary school. So I think I like became a Christian in primary school.
Oh.
So then I was like an evangelist in primary school.
That's so cute.
Not
It
really
worked.
for my friendships.
Okay, fair. You're not bringing people to Christ, no?
That bit was good.
Okay.
But yeah, I just remember like, so yeah, and that was like before I moved. So that was in Thamesmead. Then I moved to Peckham.
Oh.
And I was there for like maybe a year.
yeah.
So I didn't
Oh,
really
okay.
get to, so I was all right, but still not there. But when I hit secondary school, from year 7, I was just like
Clean it up.
popular
Okay.
straight away.
Yeah.
But I think I developed a personality in primary school.
Yeah, see?
So then by the time I got secondary school, I
necessary.
had both. I was like, oh.
I always think like when I have kids, I mean, obviously I'd love them to be beautiful, but like not too, do you know what I mean? Like not too beautiful, not too early because they need a character.
You're like, please do
yeah,
not
please.
be too beautiful
Because
straight
also,
away.
right, I want to be successful in life. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping my kids are going to have good life, innit?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, where's the struggle?
Yeah.
If you got money, your parents have
Yeah.
got money, you're beautiful, you're popular, all these things. Like,
Yeah.
where's the struggle?
You've
need
got to create the
something
struggle
to
in the
create-
house for
Yeah,
them.
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Something, I don't know.
Fake. I think I'm just...
Like just fake something.
I
Like,
don't
do you know
know,
what I mean?
something, yeah.
Or like pretend you don't have money.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to let them know that this is mine.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, oh
This
yeah,
is my
you
money.
want trainers? Oh baby, we can't afford that. So, yeah, sorry.
No, I'll be like, I can afford it.
but you can't. Yeah, you can't afford it yet. So
You can't afford it.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually true. You know,
Where's the struggle going to come?
where's the struggle?
But you know what? I think there's like, there's like successful families and stuff. Apparently, the difference is that they just be talking about stuff over the table. Like mom and dad are talking about their investments and their banks and
Yeah.
so kids just grow up in that environment of like success, hustle.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
like I feel like growing up, I didn't really hear those kind of conversations. Fair enough, I think it's different generation,
Yeah.
and my mum was just trying to survive out here. But
Listen.
now that we are in this position, like we're here, this is our
Yeah.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah, when my kids are growing up, I just want them to be around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, be around talking out
just
wealth
sitting at
and
the table like
yeah,
investments, money,
investments. Yeah, I'm saving.
stocks,
Yeah,
ISA.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, ISAs.
all of those words.
All of those words that
I
I
don't
don't
know.
really. Yeah, I really just learned about ISAs actually like
Yeah.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adulting is
it's something. But we're gonna get into that.
okay. Thank you because
Yeah. Whilst I'm here, guys, I hope you've been enjoying it so far. But guys, how many times do I have to beg you? No, how many times do I have to beg you? Yeah, please. I do not want to be your secret lover. Okay, I don't want it. Yeah, if you're loving it, yeah, by faith, just like this already because you're enjoying it already. So just like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and if you're listening, please rate the show. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't skip all of that, okay? Don't skip it. I don't want to be your secret lover. I don't want to be your underground artist, yeah? I'm trying to be your mainstream favorite person. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, back to the show. Just had to,
yeah, gotta let them know.
gotta let them know.
Yeah,
Do
gotta
you know what I
remind them.
mean? In the middle. What's been a thing that has happened to you recently that made you think, maybe I'm not as adult as I think I am?
First of all, I knew that I'm not adult as I am. I'm 30, by the way. I'm 30. Recently, so I moved about 2 weeks ago now. And just by chance, I happened to be the point of contact for the estate agent, just because I happened to be the one who sent the inquiry. You know what I mean? So ever since that day, I've been the point of contact. And to be fair, my husband, he's much more responsible than me. He has offered. He's like, do you want to tell them to just message me? And whilst I did want to do that, I also thought, what, you think I'm dumb? Like, do you think I can't handle this? So I refused. Stupid, my pride. I refused to hand over the reins. So I've just been getting messages. And sometimes I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this information? The other day, the estate agent sent me, when we moved in, we went round and he took all the meter readings. And then he sent me the meter readings.
Look at it like, what's all these numbers, man?
That's okay. Oh, thanks so much. Thank you. What am I doing with you? What am I doing? Someone tell me, what am I doing with the meter readings? Do you know what to do with meter readings?
Yeah, you got to contact the electric people and give it
And
to
do
them.
what?
And give it to them.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, so that they know how to charge you. Otherwise, they're just going to guess.
But they already guessed. I already set that up and they already guessed. Do I send it to them?
You have to send it to them because they guess. And if you don't send it to them, then they might be over guessing your usage.
Oh, got you.
Do you know what I mean? So then they might be charging you more. But the thing about this, is that sometimes they're charging you less.
But the meter reading that you took before I moved in,
I think maybe
you take one now and then one after.
So maybe the one before you move in is maybe it's to calculate where it starts for you.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know about that one. I just know that regularly, like once in a while, I'll get a text saying, hey, what's your meter reading?
Oh, really?
And if I don't, they just estimate what they think it is based on like what it's been in other years or whatever. And it'll charge you that. But often they like overcharge. But then sometimes they undercharge and then you're cooked. You're like, rah, if I didn't give you this meter reading, I could have been paying less. But when they catch you, they catch you, innit?
No, but even if you pay less, eventually you'll have to pay more, right? You have
if they say you've been paying less,
and
then
at the
it goes up.
Whatever.
Yeah. They just be like, nah, it's more.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to send
That's
them.
stupid question. Rita, delete this clip. People are going to make sure you know what a meter reading is. No, I don't.
No, I just...
But you know what? Because my last place, it was top up.
Oh,
yeah.
fair.
We just topped up on our phone.
Fair.
And I like that.
Fair.
Because you know,
like when it's getting...
I put £20 and
Isn't
it's
it
gone.
more expensive?
Is it?
I think so.
Really?
I think
we didn't spend that much, you know.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's nice because if you've topped up and then it's gone, you're like, right, okay, I need to rein it in. Or if it's lasting long. Or sometimes we just put the same every month and then when it's summer, we know like there's a surplus and then when it's winter, you've got...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Reserve. But yeah, that's an example of the things that are being sent my way.
Yeah. And you're just like, what is this?
I'm too prideful to say,
yeah,
what are you talking about? Because I'm 30.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was 21, I'd be like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
But then now I'm like, and they say, you know what? People who are like experts or whatever in a field, they say stuff as if you're supposed to know what it means. Do you know what I mean? So they'd be throwing words out and I'm like,
Yeah. But I like doing that now though. Like, do you know what it is? No, sometimes I spread misinformation. Yeah, because not a lot of people are brave enough to really question it. Because I was like, why are people always asking me questions? Like, I'll just be like, no.
So you just give them an answer?
Yeah, I'll just be like, oh, Rita, do you think it's going to rain today? Yeah, it's absolutely raining. It's going to rain at 2.
Do you know what?
It's your life. If you want to double check, then you can double check.
That's a good lesson.
You say it with, I think when you say things with vim, that's what I've clocked about people. Because you know what, what I've realized, is that some people, they just have a voice that's assertive.
Yes.
But they're not smart.
Yes.
But they have an assertive voice, and that's how they trick you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Especially men. Like, they will say something.
Confident.
Like, it's Bond.
Yeah.
And me, that I get twanged, do you know what I mean? I'll be hearing a voice that's assertive, it's strong. It's like, you can't do that. If you do that, it's illegal.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's illegal.
My brother-in-law is like that.
Is it illegal?
Do
you know what I mean? Is it? You got to ask questions.
You're like, let me Google this.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law is like that. You'd follow him to anywhere because he just makes you believe that he's like, and he does know what he's talking about. But sometimes it's like, wait, hold on.
But the question
let me just check this. Let me just check this before. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
They're so confident.
Whatever you say, like, I'll be there.
So that's why I've tried to be like more. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Good. No, but I don't want to give bad. What if?
Yeah.
I don't want to be. Do you know what? I don't like being wrong. This is another thing I learned in therapy.
Yeah.
I don't like being wrong. I don't like failing. I only like doing things if I'm going to do it absolutely. If people are going to be like, wow.
Oh, you're like a perfectionist.
It's weird. I'm not. It's weird. I'm not a perfectionist. But I'm like a, I know when something's good enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I thrive on, if I put something out and people are like, whoa.
Yeah. You're like, oh.
This is amazing.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it is.
I'm like, yes.
Yes. Yeah, baby.
Yes. But that's, I think that's to do with validation, so I need to work on that.
No, I hear it, it's interesting, but yeah, I don't like being wrong actually. I like, if it's wrong if I just know I'm spreading misinformation.
That's different.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I might try it, actually.
It's just like, oh, yeah, Beyonce, she actually schooled in London for 3 years. They'd be like, is it?
But then you'll find that one person who's like, what?
Yeah, there's
really?
always that one person. I'm like, stop.
No, she
like,
didn't.
How do you know? Like, and that's
You're ruining it.
I can get into a debate just for the principle of it.
Yeah.
Like, why do you always have to ask me questions? People always like to question every. And the thing is, I know that my stories do sound far fetched.
Yeah.
They do. I understand. I listen to it back and I'm like, okay, Rita, it does sound far fetched. However, they actually happened.
Okay, fair.
They actually.
Maybe you're just a good storyteller.
Yeah, I come from a very like exaggerated family.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're small, but we're very chaotic.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So the stories do sound really strange. I do understand that. But honestly, they're strange to us too.
It's real.
This is real life.
Some
do you know what I
people's
mean?
life is just a movie.
Yeah, I feel like
know
my
people
life.
like that.
Yeah, I think my life is a bit of a movie.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's certain things that happen, and I'm like, rah, this is just crazy. Do you know what I mean?
I feel
how?
like my life could be a movie, but one problem is that my memory is so bad. Like, to the point where I'm like, I should maybe see a doctor.
Really?
Yeah, I forget everything. Like, we could have the deepest conversation and it's so beautiful. And I remember that we had a good conversation.
Yeah.
But then, like, later on, I might ask you a question and you'll think,
Rah.
did you not listen to a word I said?
Spilt my heart to
I
you.
spilt my heart. And I'll ask you something like, oh, so how was that job you had last year? But you've told me that literally it was the worst year of your life. But I've just forgotten information. And I remember random things from, like, some random thing that happened when I was 12 or like some random word that you said.
Yeah.
But just straight up memories gone, wiped, conversations gone. And my friends are so, like, they get so irritated. They're like, Adella, we spoke about this. I'm like, no, we didn't.
Oh.
Yeah. But now, yeah, I get defensive because I feel like people are trying to gaslight me. They'll be like, oh, yeah, Adella, you said this the other day. I'm like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. And they're like, Adella, but you know your memory. I was like, don't use my weaknesses.
Don't use my
weaknesses
memory
against me. They were like, yeah, no, Adella, I swear, you never remember anything. I was like, no,
I remember this.
And
Don't try me.
in my head, the back of my head, I'm like, this might be true. But I've started now and I have to back myself.
Yeah, you got to stay strong.
Yeah,
Strong
but
and strong.
my memory is awful.
Wow.
And it's quite sad because I feel like I just forget stuff from my past.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
I know. I feel like I have a good life, but I can't remember it. So there's that.
You know, I'm currently writing a book.
Are you?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
writing-
actually.
Yeah, because you know what? I feel like I want to be remembered,
Yeah.
you know, and I just feel like, you know, there's all these people in the past who, like, they have all these quotes and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, so-and-so said this. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what are my quote's going to be?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So I'm writing a quote book.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll just read some of them out to you.
Yes, please. Wait, is this true or is this misinformation?
No, this
Okay,
is, no,
alright,
this is my dream.
Cool.
Wait,
what? Are you actually writing a book?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm writing it's more like a vanity project.
Okay.
Because I'm just like, how come Nelson Mandela, how come he has quotes?
Yeah.
I want quotes.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Compare yourself to Nelson Mandela. Yeah.
But I want quotes.
Yeah,
you
I
know what I'm
hear
saying? I want people, you know, 55 years from, no, I'll still be alive. Maybe like
100.
200 years from
Yeah.
now, they'll be like, and Rita said this.
Yeah. What if they say Rita et al. in a, you know, like in your, when you're like writing an essay and you
Yeah.
write you have the quotations and they put Rita 2000 and da-da-da.
I think I can still be all right with that.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's
Yeah.
a dream.
Do you know what I mean?
But you have to, yeah, no, actually they could do that.
Yeah. So anyway, this is the book. I haven't got a title for it yet, but it's just some quotes that have come to mind. One of my quotes is, the best time to plant a flower was 20 years ago. The second time is right now.
I've heard that before.
I don't think you have.
That sounds familiar.
I don't think you have. My second one is,
Sorry.
if
Okay, go on, yeah.
if he did it before, he can do it again. Same God right now, same God back then. And now just imagine that, and then it just says Rita B.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a direct quote from you.
Exactly. And then my other one that I thought was, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their visions.
Wow. Never heard that before.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
That's
these
so
are
unique.
Yeah, because I just feel like,
And you thought of it yourself?
yeah, I just think it's important to just be remembered by something. Because I think, yeah, that people who have quotes, they don't have two heads.
Yeah.
Do you
that's
get it?
true.
So it's like, why not me?
Yeah.
If you were to have a quote, what would you have any?
I feel like I've said a lot of quotable things.
Really?
Because sometimes, yeah, my YouTube videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, they be like in the comments, like, quote, something that I said, and be like, oh, but I can't remember them because my memory.
So that's the difference between me and you.
No, I can go back and find them. But if you told me to prepare a quote,
My quotes are
your
here.
quotes
Are
are
here.
plagiarized, first of all. Let's start there.
First of all, I think my most powerful one here is the best. I think it's powerful, guys. The best time to plant a flower.
That's a remix of the one I've heard before.
Remix.
Yeah, I've heard the best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. But you just added the flower.
So I added something to it.
Okay, so it's a quote of a quote-ish.
Really?
Yeah. But you know what?
Remixes?
So if you put that in a book and put your name as a quote, won't someone sue you?
I said flower. They said tree.
True. Oh, so okay, so it was tree. Fair. I think I said a lot of quotable things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't remember.
I can't remember them.
So I mean,
you should have told me before. I would have prepared one. I would have. If you want to see my quotes, then subscribe to my YouTube channel at Adella Afadi, and everything I say is a quote. Keep that in. My link to my channel will be in the description. Please put it there. Thanks.
If you had been in a coma for 5 years, and you woke up in 2024, would you be happy about that?
No. As in, no. I wouldn't be happy about the 5 years I've missed. I wouldn't be happy about the current state of affairs. I wouldn't be happy about anything.
I feel like I'll look around and be like, why did you wake me up? Like, I just feel like life in the last 5 years
It's been awful.
has been insane.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day and I was like, so much.
Actually, my life has been
changed.
good, thank God.
Yeah,
but life in general.
But good, but I mean as in like
in
the
general,
world has just changed.
Especially the country, this country.
This country has become really bad.
Really bad. And we've always been a bit bad vibes, let's be real.
Yeah, but it's like...
But the bad vibes are bad vibing.
It's really bad vibing now. And I'm just like, how did we get here? I imagine like waking up and being like, oh my God, wow, what's happened, guys? This is so crazy. I can't believe
what advancements have we made?
What's happened? And then they're going to start breaking it down and be like, oh, by the way, if you want to live by yourself now, you're going to need at least 2K a month.
Yeah.
At minimum.
No one can afford anything.
No one can afford anything.
Also, we're out of the EU. Imagine waking up. And they're like, oh, your red passport doesn't... No, you need a new one. A blue one.
Oh, yeah, you probably need a visa to go to Spain now.
Such a dead colour as well.
What?
That navy blue.
I know, I don't have that
like
one
it
yet. Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, I haven't got it. It's just really
the colour represents the state of affairs.
Yeah, blue.
Navy blue. Not even electric
Vibrant blue.
Not even sky blue.
Yeah, navy.
Yeah. Before it was prestige, it was burgundy. It's like royalty.
Quality.
Now it's like...
Yeah, now it's just
blue.
like anyhow.
Basically black. Actually, black would be better.
Black would be classy.
Classy.
Do you know what I mean? Like black with like the gold details.
That would be nice.
That would be really nice.
Who chose blue? But yeah, no, this is the country. And do you know what? My theory is, I have a theory for everything. I just made it up just now, so don't quote me. It's because this nation has done so much evil that the bad vibes were inevitable.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any... Actually, let me not speak that over. Things will get better.
Yeah, you know what? Hopefully things will get better.
I want to get my teeth done, but I think it's a slippery slope.
Why? There's nothing wrong with your teeth, by the way. I'm like, why?
Do it. No, I think for me, if it's a cosmetic thing, I know myself, and I just don't want to open that door.
Oh, of getting into like fixing things.
Exactly. So we'll see. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
I might come back with new teeth.
New video in my Invisalign journey.
I've had dentists email me like, you want to come to Turkey and get your teeth done and do a video? I'm like, nah. But also, maybe. Yeah,
I might give it a go. Maybe. Yeah, I know what you mean about the cosmetic stuff though.
Yeah.
Once you open that door, it's like, raw.
I just know and I think people are different, but I know myself. And also, I think about everything a bit too deep. So I'll be like, what does this mean? What does this represent?
What does it say about me?
What does it say about me and how I feel about myself? So I just close that door for now.
This is a good segue for me to ask you. Who is Adella?
Oh, what a question.
I know.
How other people answer magic. Who is Adella?
Yeah.
Oh, this is, I'm stressed. This is a hard question. Okay, who is Adella? Adella is a child of God.
Amen.
Adella is, okay, I am a 30-year-old, a young adult, who's honestly just trying to navigate life. I'm a bit of an open book, so hence trying to be mysterious, and it doesn't work. And so I feel like my thing is, I want people to think. That's like my goal. So when I post videos and stuff like that, I just think there's a lot of information out there. Social media is great. I love it. But also I think it's like put us in a place where we don't really think too much.
Yeah.
We consume a lot, but we don't think a lot. And I think we need to think more. And so that's the kind of stuff I'm trying to do. I like to have conversations with people. I'm like, why do you think that? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that some more? Could you change your mind? If so, are you following a crowd or are you actually thinking for yourself? That's kind of like my mission, I'd say. Aside from that, I'm a friend, a sister, a wife, a daughter, all that good stuff. And honestly, I think I've got a good life. I'm really grateful for the life I have, like the people, mostly just the people that I have in my life. And that's another reason why I'm really big on community. I talk about community a lot because I think as well, that is what's lacking in today's day and age.
Yeah.
So I try to like encourage people to foster that. What else am I? I think I'm smart. I think my mind is my biggest asset. Also sometimes my biggest weakness.
Yeah.
I think I'm funny. I think I'm quite caring. And just survive, isn't it? Just survive. That's my biggest. That's what I bring to the table.
I love it. See, you do know who you are.
I like that question.
Yeah.
That's a nice question.
You do that because I feel like whenever because I was saying last week's episode that when I had a solo episode and someone put the question for me to ask who is Rita, I was just answering with things that I do.
Okay.
Which is so crazy. Even though I ask this question for all of my co-hosts and everyone's always like, I'm kind, I'm caring, I'm this. But it was so weird. Like when I was by myself, I just felt nervous talking to myself, mind you. I don't know why I was nervous. So in the nerves, I just was like, I do this. And I'm talking about, I went to New York to do this. I'm like, girl, I was watching the back like, but that's not who you are.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
When you introduce yourself to people, they're like, oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's such a... I get why we asked the question, but like...
It's like, that's... What I do is just what I do.
Exactly. It
Do you
doesn't
know what I mean?
actually...
But who are you?
Yeah.
As a person, like, who are you? And we turn everything off and it's like, okay, we're not filming, or especially like for the kind of work that we do, it's just very much always like creating something. Yeah. But when you take all of that away, it's like, okay, who are you?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And I just think it's just such a,
Oh, it's a nice question.
Do you know what I mean?
But also, I think because of the kind of stuff we do, who you are and what you do are kind of like really closely intertwined.
Exactly.
Sometimes a bit too much because it's like, oh, I'm really laying myself out here.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas obviously people who maybe, I don't know, have like a office job or a 9 to 5 or something, they
can really
what they do,
it.
who they are, quite separate.
Yeah.
'Cause when I worked in I'm quite new to the whole self-employed life, and when I worked 9 to 5, I did bring myself to work, but not all of myself. Do you know what I mean? I was very much like, you're not getting all of me. So
Yeah.
But now I feel like the internet gets a lot, not all of me, but a lot of me.
Yeah.
So it's a bit difficult.
Do you know how you're perceived?
Oh, do I know how I'm perceived? I think a little bit I do, but I try not to think about it too much because I think at times I care too much about how I'm perceived. Hence the recovering people pleaser.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to not care and not think about it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm perceived well. But I'm sure there's someone out there who doesn't like me. I'm sure there's people who are like,
I mean,
oh, she's annoying. Or
you're a villain in someone's story.
Yeah.
Somewhere
And do you know what? That used to shock me. Like, genuinely, when I was younger, I thought everyone liked me. Yeah. And the reason I thought everyone liked me is because I never did anything with bad intention. I never intentionally was like rude or mean or whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, you only dislike someone if they're intentionally bad. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So because my intention was always good, I was like, why would anyone dislike me? And I remember someone being like, are you serious? Like people can dislike you. Yeah. And I remember when if I found out someone didn't like me, I thought, oh,
shocking.
Why?
Yeah, I used to be so shocked.
So shocked, but now I get it. Now I get it.
Yeah. Like, I was like,
might just not be your cup of tea.
Yeah, but I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't do anything.
You're in the wrong here.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't do anything. Like, why wouldn't you like me? I'm just, but
Some people just don't like your personality.
Honestly, they see your face actually and they're just irritated. Yeah. They're just, and I find people like that. There's some people that actually haven't done anything to me, but there's just something about their face. Yeah. 100%. And it's like, it just registers immediately like, you're not for me. Yeah. It might be even the way someone speaks sometimes.
No, I hear that. I'm
like, I just don't like your accent.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? I just don't.
It's true.
I don't know what part of London you're from, but it's just not the part. I don't like it.
I like that.
I'm like, wrap it up.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Do you know what I mean? But I listened to something recently and I think it might have been Jimmy Carr did a podcast with Stephen Bartlett, and he was just like, oh, it's really important to know who you are, but also like how you're perceived. So then you're like just aware of like how you're perceived, and basically just essentially so you know that when you're doing certain things, it's because of you. I can't. How did he describe it? Basically, just saying that it was just important to know on both sides like who you are, but also when you know who you are and how you're perceived, and someone's perceiving you in a certain way, you're like, but I know who I am.
That's not me. Okay.
And that's not me.
Yeah. I hear
So
that.
just like kind of being like aware of it.
Yeah.
So when I saw it like that, I was like, do you know what? Actually, because I know how I can be perceived
Really?
sometimes.
How's that?
I think like growing up, I was like perceived as like quite privileged and stuff like that, because I like, came into money like later on down the line. So like I know people like saw me as quite privileged. Like people saw me in a way that they didn't want to help me because they felt like I'm helping myself already.
Okay.
So because of that, as a person, I don't ask for help because I'm very used to like people not wanting to help me and watching them. You know, there's certain personalities that you see people run towards them to want to help them.
Yeah, people love a damsel in distress.
Do you know what I mean? But I never really get that. So
yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. Obviously, I think now obviously perceived as very like fun going and very like jokey all the time and stuff like that. Quite aware of it. When people meet me, they expect me to be like jumping off the walls and like,
Is that annoying?
Banter.
Yeah.
Because girl, like sometimes.
Obviously, I'm not like this all the time. Like,
I remember when my housemate one time was like to me, she doesn't live with me anymore actually, but she was like, oh, I just noticed that like when you're at home, like you're not like what you're like outside. Do you know what I mean? It just really shocked me.
Yeah.
And I remember that feeling like a pain in my chest, because I don't like being misunderstood.
Yeah, okay.
So there was a part of me that felt like I wanted to be defensive.
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to act like I'm two-faced. Trying to act like I'm two personalities. Like I'm fake.
Yeah.
Like I like to think I'm very authentic.
Yeah.
But then at the other side of it, I was just like, don't be annoying.
Yeah.
You're not the same at
You
work.
saw me at home.
Like,
you think I'm a zombie? I'm literally just...
do you know what I mean?
I'm home. I need to rest my face. Like,
I need to relax. I need to chill. I need to
yeah.
recharge. Do you know what I mean? So when I was I was actually, because I got defensive for sure. Do you know what I mean? And then I was like, I'm not doing this.
Sure. Yeah. I had a manager that said that to me.
Really?
Yeah, my first job. Because I used social media to get my first job. I worked in social media marketing. And so I was like, I've got a YouTube channel. Rah, 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 rah. This was straight out of uni. And then I remember one time this boss was like, oh, you know, the Adella that we see on YouTube, the Adella that we see on social media isn't the Adella that you bring to... I was so offended. I was thinking, how dare you ask me to be the office clown or whatever you want me to be? And I was thinking, but I'm doing my job, am I not? Like, why do you want... I didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
thinking, why do you need me to be...
Yeah.
I'm being nice. I'm being friendly. Actually, I was quite a vibe anyway.
Yeah.
And... what else you want? I just thought you were asking too much.
I think
Are you paying me to be fun in the office, or are you paying me to do the job?
Like, and let people be multidimensional.
Exactly.
Like, why do I have to be?
Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm not a clown.
Exactly.
I'm actually not a clown.
Exactly.
Like, I remember someone came up to me one time, because before I used to do like, I guess, funny captions.
Okay, yeah.
So it wasn't really in my content, but my captions were funny. And this girl literally said to me, she was like, oh, it's so weird meeting you. I was just expecting you to be more funny in real life. I was just thought to myself, yeah. And like, it took so much in me to like not cuss her out.
How do you even respond to that? Like?
And I just smiled and I just doubled down. Like, if you say I'm bad vibes, one thing
I'll
about
show you
me.
bad vibes.
Yeah, like I actually I don't try to prove otherwise.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? If you say I'm bad vibes, oh baby, I'm gonna be bad vibes. Yeah, I'm not gonna smile.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, because you've said it now. I can't. It's almost like when someone's like, oh, I want us to go out on Friday, but I know you're gonna be busy.
Yeah, I am.
Now I'm busy.
Now what?
Because now if I say I'm not busy, now I'm jobless.
Because they try to guilt you into being free. That's what.
Do you know what I mean? So now it's like, well, I am busy, and it's of you just to say, oh, you're free on Friday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for this babe, I just didn't smile at her again. I don't think I will smile at her if I was to see her face.
I remember you.
I remember her, and I will not smile at her, because what do you mean?
Do you know what? There are probably a few people who have met me, and just on a off day.
Yeah.
Like I've had this again was at another job. I had a meeting with these like an external. They were trying to pitch something, and then like months later, my manager was like to me, "Oh, how did that call go months ago?" I was like, "I don't know. That was ages ago. I think it was fine, innit?" And she was like, "Yeah, because they called and said that they didn't want to work with you." I was like, "What?" They're like, apparently, she was like, "I'm shocked. I don't believe them because I know you.
Yeah.
But like, apparently you were so rude on the call. You were yawning. You were like not paying attention. You were on your phone." What? I was like, nah. I was so, and obviously my memory, so I couldn't remember it.
Maybe I was.
I was thinking, did I forget the camera was on? Like, I don't know. Like, I was thinking, this doesn't sound like me. She's like, yeah, it doesn't sound like you. And I was like, I had to really let it go. I was like, okay, I'm just going to shake this off, because how are you perceiving me that way when I would never in a million years try to like be rude to someone on a call? So I was just confused. But I think there are probably days where someone's like, imagine your head is somewhere else and you're just thinking about something really deep.
Yeah.
And then like someone bumps into you and they know you, they recognize you.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Rita. And you're like, oh, yeah. And it's like all gone in a flash.
Yeah.
But they're in their head, they're like, oh my gosh, she was so rude.
rude.
She was so
She didn't even look at me. Yeah.
And in your head, it was literally just like a
second.
Your head was somewhere else. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
there's people out here that think Adella's horrible, but
but you're
not.
like, I'm not.
I'm
okay?
lovely.
I'm lovely, please.
Yeah.
I like to get to know people by their top TV shows.
Okay.
I meant to ask you earlier, but we've just been.
I know. How long have we been here?
We've just been talking.
I have
all
top TV shows.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, but
I do. I'm ready.
Okay, so what are your
Of all time?
Yeah.
I had to clarify. First of all, I didn't even check my list. Number 1, best show of all time is My Wife and Kids. My Wife and Kids. There's
fantastic.
There's no. I can't think of a show that I would say I've ever enjoyed more than My Wife and Kids, and I've watched it like 4 or 5 times over.
Yeah.
Let me check my list now because that was the only one I knew for sure. And do you know what? I don't like this, Rita. I'll be honest.
Why?
Because I'm gonna go away and be like, oh no, I should have said da 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 da.
No. This is
Okay,
all you.
all right. This is just fresh.
Yeah.
There might be again memory, bad memory.
This memory.
There's things I've enjoyed and I've just forgotten. Fresh Prince is up there.
Okay.
Because I think Fresh Prince can be debated with My Wife and Kids. Not for me, but I can see why someone might
prefer it. Yeah.
Scandal.
Okay. Yeah.
I like Scandal. I like Olivia. It kind of fell off towards the end, but that's fine. The Capture. Have you watched that?
Yeah. Only 2 seasons though. But
I know, only 2 seasons. This is what I mean. Is it the best ever?
Yeah, it's a good show though. It's a very, very good show.
I know there's stuff I'm forgetting. But
Yeah,
anyways,
it's a very
that
good
was
show.
a very good. Like the end of the first season, I said,
Yeah, it's very good. Very
it was
good.
shocking.
Yeah.
And then you know what I've put?
What?
Breaking Bad.
Why would you question that though?
Because I feel in my spirit, I feel like I've watched something that I've enjoyed more.
Breaking Bad is one of the
But it is
greatest shows.
so smart
Yeah.
and just good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm surprised that you actually don't have even more smart shows on your list.
Maybe I do. I can't remember. Okay, give me another smart show and I might have.
Because do you know what? Because I feel like
Do you think I'm smart?
yeah, I think you're very smart. Like based on like your videos, like
Okay,
you seem like a really deep thinker.
I am.
And you like things that challenge your mind. So I can understand why you like Breaking Bad, because I feel like Breaking Bad is very detailed.
okay.
It's quite character driven.
Yeah.
You need to have patience to watch it. Do you know what I mean? So much like
But
unfolds.
you know what? Do you know what? I have a theory. No, I'm joking. It's not a theory. It's just me. Because life is already so much like
interesting.
and the things I think about are real. Like they're real. I saw this article, I saw this thing, I saw this whatever.
Yeah.
When it comes to like recreational TV and movies and books, I just like it light. I really like when someone's like, oh, this. I don't watch horrors, first of all,
Yeah, I
because
don't watch
why?
horrors. I don't
Why
watch
am I doing
horrors.
that to myself?
Yeah, I wouldn't do it
I
to
made a
myself.
decision when I was 10 years old. No more horrors because I'll be watching a horror film and then like for 6 months I can't sleep. So I'm like, no, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Even if it's a psychological thriller, I'm like, if there's a chance that I might be disturbed, then I'm not watching it.
Yeah.
I don't watch sad films and shows. I accidentally watched One Day. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but I heard it's emotional.
Not knowing anything. I just saw it on Netflix. I was like, oh yeah. I didn't know people were talking about it. I didn't even know it was a film.
Yeah.
And then I was enjoying it. And then I got to the second last episode. I said, oh no, what have I done? I was bawling. Anyways, I don't do sad. I haven't watched The Notebook, all that crap.
Oh, wow.
And I don't do real life depiction. I don't slave films. When They See Us.
Oh, that was terrible. Oh God, heartbreaking.
None of that. I don't watch it. I don't
Yeah,
consume.
'cause,
I'll read what happened.
Yeah.
On Wikipedia.
But you won't consume it.
I won't consume it. Yeah.
That's so because from the shows that you picked, it was given like very light.
Yeah.
You like to laugh,
Yeah.
like very easy watch.
Yeah.
And then you put Breaking Bad in
Yeah,
there.
do you know what? I just thought, like it's just a good show. Like, and I watched it quite late as well.
Okay, fair.
After
yeah,
it
yeah.
come out. And I
Yeah,
was like,
same actually. Yeah, I've
this
watched
is
it like 3-4 times.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've watched it like 1.5.
Yeah. Oh, 1.5. Yeah.
Because my husband has a thing of rewatching film,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
rewatching shows. Like right now he's rewatching Snowfall.
Yeah.
And I'm always cussing like, why are you watching it? But then I'll be like, oh, this is
Yeah,
good. This was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
But I don't know. What if there's something I've missed?
No, I think what you
anything else?
picked. No, what you picked goes really well with like what you just said about like, yourself. Do you know what I mean?
It's not the best, but it's up there.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
know if
coming
I
back.
put it in my top 5, you know.
No, it's not in my top 5. I just had to just
Yeah.
throw that out there.
New Girl. Have you seen New Girl?
So, oh my gosh, my best friend, if she watches this, she's going to be screaming because for years she was telling me to watch New Girl. And then finally watched it. And it was good. But then there was a certain season I got to and I started falling asleep. And then I've never gone back.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm rewatching it right now.
Are you? I might
love
carry
New Girl.
on.
It gives me so much. From the first episode, I have joy. And I just like that they're in their 30s. Because I just feel like it's just like...
Is that your humour? Is that your kind of humour?
Yeah, I really like New Girl, Curb Your Enthusiasm, The Office.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like really dry humour, accidental humour that is not like set up. It's funny because the characters are just funny.
Yeah.
And
That's why I like My Effing Kids.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, I like shows like that. But I also like deep shows as well. But I don't like films.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not a film person.
Okay.
I just finished watching Idea of You on Amazon Prime.
I heard that's not good.
I liked it.
Is it? Is that the
It
one
was
with
okay.
Anne Hathaway?
Yeah, it was okay. But it fed my delusion a little bit.
Is it a love story?
Yeah, so it fed it
Is
a
it
little
deep?
bit.
Is it sad or is it nice?
No, it's nice. It's
Okay.
fluffy.
I might watch that.
But then the age difference really threw me.
Oh, is that what it's about?
Yeah, like I think she's 40, he's 24. And I thought, I can't buy into this.
No.
The age difference is a bit crazy.
Yeah,
And
no.
then the way it ended, I was just like, this is why I don't waste my time.
Okay.
And that's why I don't like films. Because films end and it never ends in the way I need it to end. I'm a TV addict, I think.
They don't end the way you want them to end because, do you know what I have a theory.
I have a theory.
I have a theory. I think there's been so many movies made in life, in time, that they don't do happy endings anymore. They don't do like cliche endings, but I want a cliche ending.
Give me a cliche ending.
Give me.
Well, this was a cliche ending.
Oh,
though.
was it?
It was quite cliche ending.
Like
but
happily. Okay,
yeah,
I might watch it.
Overall,
Okay.
films ending for me is why I don't like watching it.
Oh, I see. Just ending.
I'm a 8-season girl.
Continue. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
But don't you think after certain seasons they're like, oh, you should have stopped?
But I still watch it to the end.
Okay. Yeah, I do too.
Well, not the final
I'm not a
season.
quitter.
I have a theory.
Is it?
Yeah, I feel like with final seasons, it's never good because they're trying to wrap up the storyline.
They're trying to like
and they
tie up all the loose ends.
Give us loose ends. Do you know what I mean?
You
Not
think?
everything.
No, I don't like loose ends.
Yeah, some things don't. Life is loose, baby.
I don't like a loose end.
Life is
No,
loose.
I don't like.
Some
I
things
start
don't
googling
end.
fan theories like, what did this end mean? What did the ending mean?
Sometimes life is loose, man. They'll be trying to wrap up. Oh, now this person has decided. Oh, I'm leaving the job now. Like I'm gonna go here.
God,
Like
no, I don't like loose ends. Do you know what I even like? I'll take it a step further.
What?
Not only do I not like a loose end, I like when the screen goes black and they say, so and so went on to graduate from. She's now a doctor. I love that. Yes, tell me everything that happens for the next 10 years. I don't like a loose end.
I have to admit, I do like that.
I love that.
I do like that bit.
Don't worry about being cliche. Just give me.
I just think
wrap it up.
never, and I don't like things ending. So
Okay,
I think
fair.
this is such a deep thing in
I
life.
get that.
So I think
You feel a hole.
yeah. So that
when it
it's
ends.
I know it's a final season. You know, we're getting to season. You know, I've been watching it for 7 seasons. I'm locked in. You lot are family to me now, and now it's getting to the final season. You're gonna wrap it up. Someone's gonna leave abruptly. You might kill someone off. Like all these things are gonna start happening. And then, especially the final episode, oh God, that is so painful for me.
it is.
I'm like, now
So
it's
much
over.
riding on it.
And it's over. I just don't like things ending. So more time,
I hear that.
actually,
I hear
it's
that.
really quite rare for me to watch. I get to final seasons by accident a lot.
I was going to say, have you ever watched the final episode without realizing?
Yeah, it's the worst.
And it's like, oh, and Netflix doesn't do the loading.
yeah,
thing
and you're
anymore.
like, you don't see the sign. You don't see the next
like-
thing. And you're like, huh?
huh?
That happened to me for Manifest. Yeah.
Oh, I fell off.
No. Can you imagine? I watched the final season.
Really?
I didn't know. So all I see, Netflix, Manifest, new episodes.
Tell
I'm
me how
like,
it
oh.
ends. Later.
So I know how it ends. And I was just like,
I want to
wow.
know how it ends because it started to get a bit ridiculous. I
Yeah.
didn't like it, so I fell off.
I was really upset though because I was like, oh my God, there's been 4 other seasons or 3 other
Yeah.
seasons that I didn't see. I just
Oh,
watched.
you skipped.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I remember when that happened because you had to. Netflix had. It was
It just
weird.
said
They
new,
had,
it just
like-
said new episodes. It just
Yeah.
started that season.
Yeah.
I never
remember
watched
that.
it a day in my
I remember
life.
that. I think.
How dare
I
they?
think I watched the Netflix ones and then like the rest you had to go somewhere else, isn't it?
I was like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I've never seen a show a day in my life. Why would you start it season 4, episode
Yeah.
1?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I didn't look at the number.
Yeah. And
So
you're
I'm
thinking,
watching it and I'm like, oh, there's
it's
a
not
lot going
making
on here.
sense.
It's not making
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
But I'm into it. I'm like, all right, it's cool.
Now you've already got all the information. Too much.
And then I get to the end and that, you know, the sign of that's next doesn't come up. I said, huh? I started Googling. I was like, what?
Yeah, I think I almost did that with Manifest. And then
Yeah, and I
clocked
clocked.
on.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh my, I was livid.
Yeah. Because I remember that season, episode 1 started, and I said, wait a minute, have I missed something? And then I clicked on it. I said, oh, stop right now. Abort.
Bro, I
yeah.
was so upset.
No,
I was so upset.
I get it.
Yeah, I get your vibe now
Yeah.
with the shows that you're into.
Do you have top 5?
Yeah, so mine is This Is Us. Not your vibe because it's emotional.
Do you know what? I watched it.
You watched it?
But not all of it. I
Okay.
fell off. And I when I was deciding whether to go back, I said, this is too much.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
It's so emotional. This Is Us, Breaking Bad, Curb Your Enthusiasm,
Okay.
The Office. My 5th is Techie because now I'm rewatching New Girl. I might put New Girl in there.
Ooh.
But then I also really liked Entourage. It's such a random one.
I never watched that.
But I really enjoyed it. I think
Okay.
it's such a great show. Like, I think it's so good.
What's it about?
It's about this guy in Hollywood, an actor, and just him and his friends.
Oh, okay.
And just like his journey.
Is it a sitcom
towards-
or is it like a drama or like?
It's more like a drama. It doesn't give me sitcom vibes actually, but it's just really good. You get really invested into the characters, into his journey, the ups and downs, like his friendships and all of that stuff. And it's just a really interesting show.
Okay.
Like it's quite a classic in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think it's really good. But yeah,
Do you know what? Actually, almost made it Law and Order SVU
I mean,
in the criminal justice system.
I mean, it is a good.
But it's not
is it a
like
top
I can't
five?
know because I haven't watched the whole thing. It's just one of those things that I'll watch an episode here and there.
Yeah.
And then it came to Netflix and I got gas, but then they tried to skip a season. I said, you're doing too much. So
Monk is
I fell
good.
off. Yeah. Do
It's
you
a
know what?
classic.
Again, my friend is going to love this episode. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She was literally like, when it came back to Netflix, she was
Yeah.
so happy. She was trying to tell me and I was like, I couldn't share in her enthusiasm. I could feel the disappointment, but
Yeah.
she was like, oh my gosh, Monk is back. Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
I watched a couple episodes.
Yeah.
But you know, okay, my thing is, right, I have a theory. When a TV show or film is old and you didn't watch it at the time, sometimes it's hard to get into it now.
Really? I didn't watch it at that time.
Oh, really?
Just like episodes here and there after school, but I didn't really
Okay.
watch it.
Because I feel like cinema's changed so much
Yeah.
that like there are some classics that I haven't watched, but I just know if I go back and watch it, it's just not going to hit the way it was supposed to hit.
Nah, it hit, man.
Like imagine watching Save the Last Dance for the first time in 2024.
That's true. I need to watch it actually to see. So let's see if your theory.
Oh, have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it already.
but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
watched it like back in the day, right?
Oh, yeah. So
But
you're
imagine
saying
like
about
watching it
for the
fresh
first
eyes
time.
now.
Yeah,
You
it
just
might
wouldn't
be
hit as-
weird.
It might be like this is so cringe.
Yeah, true.
But you had to watch it at the time,
Monk
so-
was fantastic. I cried at the end.
Really?
Yeah, I missed him for like at least 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just like,
I did
oh.
watch a couple episodes and it's
I was like, Monk, oh my God. Like, and that I watched the final season. And that,
Okay.
it was a fantastic final season.
Is it?
Yeah, it
How
was
many seasons
good.
was it?
Oh, how many seasons was it?
Was it a lot?
It was a lot.
Oh.
I feel like, was it like 11 or something?
Really? Oh,
Yeah, I
because
watched-
sometimes they do too
I
much.
know, it sounds like I'm so jobless, honestly. I don't know where I find the time.
Some people could just watch stuff in that. Can you watch stuff in the background?
Yeah.
Because I can't. I can't multitask.
Yeah, I can watch it in the background.
Okay,
So it'll
fair.
be there, but I'll be locked in. There is a slight joblessness to,
Okay.
to
There's a
this.
slight procrastination to it.
There is, but I look at TV as work.
Fair.
Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
just feel like you can learn. I learn so much from like shows.
That's like when I put something through as a business expense. And it's like, but would you have, let me not incriminate myself. I forgot I was on camera. But yes, anyways, you were saying.
You're like, next question.
Next question. Moving on. Ha ha ha.
No, we've been talking for so long. I actually
long?
love it. Like, it's definitely
Oh my gosh.
like nearly it's
Okay.
a lot. But I like it, man. I love gisting.
Yeah, me too.
Do you know what
I
mean?
love a good chat.
I love a
I
good
love a
chat,
good
man.
chat.
Do you know what I will say actually? When you mentioned community earlier
Mm-hmm.
and how important it is to you, how do you? Because I just feel like now it is actually mad difficult.
So difficult.
To like maintain like friendships, especially like I feel like you did a video on this of like friendships where you don't. I think a big shock for me when it comes to adulthood is the fact that we're not all at the same place at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like you spend all this time in school and you're all doing everything at the same time.
Yeah.
And after uni, it just splits.
Scattered.
You're like, huh?
Everyone does their own thing. Yeah.
Everyone's doing their own thing. Everyone's at different stages of
Yeah.
their lives and this, that. And it's like, you want to still keep this like community going and like this friendship going. And obviously like you, as you mentioned, like we live in this time where like, oh, if someone doesn't want to go to an expensive restaurant, it's like, well, she's not on my level anymore. Like, she's bringing me down.
Yeah.
I'm like, shut up,
Calm down.
please.
Yeah.
Like, everyone just relax.
Yeah.
Even like some comments on my video, they were like, oh, if my friend was late twice, she's getting blocked. girl,
I've got too many late friends to be blocking people for being late.
like,
because I would have no friends left.
like, it's just so.
Also, sometimes I'm late.
Do you know what I mean? But it's just the level of like fickleness
Yeah.
nowadays
Yeah.
is just insane, especially from like the younger guys. I'm not trying to little man anyone. Do you know what I mean? But especially from the younger guys, it's like this isn't even realistic, guys. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how do you like maintain like your friendships and maintain a community when everyone's just doing so much stuff?
That's a good question. Do you know what? I think a bunch of things. So my family, like the older generation, set a good foundation. So a lot of like me and my cousins, we talk about it. We're like, guys, we have to carry this on. Like they, the hall parties and all that kind of stuff. And my mum was one of the, I don't know what you call them, like one of the pillars. Do you know what I mean? So when we were growing up, it was like our house. There was like two aunties, my mum and my auntie I'm thinking of. And people would always gather at either one of our houses type of thing. So I think I just grew up around it. And then now, honestly, I think it's just about having the conversation. Like you just talk to your friends. You're like, right, should we do this? Like let's do this. And then let's like schedule things. Because now I feel like back in the day, people were friends geographically. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone lived in the same area. All my family live in one area. It's just like, it was nice. Whereas now, you just go where you can go. Do you know what I mean? Like you go where the houses are. You might meet friends at uni. They live on opposite sides of the city or whatever. So I think it's just about being intentional and just putting stuff in the calendar. Like putting stuff, because I think everyone craves it.
I think so as well.
And I know you have those people who are quite flaky and it's like, oh, you're ruining it, like the plan, and you're not showing up. But for the most part, I think everyone craves it. And so if no one is actioning it, just you be the person. Just be the person to action it. I'm lucky enough because I've got people around me who are quite like, what's the word? Proactive or stuff like that. So I'm not necessarily always the planner, but I think if there's no planner, be the planner and just say like, right guys, when's everyone free this month? Let's meet up, let's do something. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like because like everyone's in a different stage of life. You've got friends who are richer than you, who are broker than you, like just find a middle ground. Like let's just go to someone's house and chill and do whatever. So I think, just being intentional basically.
We are literally twins.
Are we?
Yeah, I'm literally the one in my group of friends
that plans.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I've really made
it.
Let me
not take someone's gonna be shouting at me.
Not planner, but like just to be the even person to suggest.
Yeah, but like guys.
Do you know what I mean? Like I might not. I feel like I find it hard to like complete it. But I'll get the conversation going.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like guys, let's meet up. Let's do this. I've got like a group that we meet up. We try to meet up like once a month. And it'll be like, I think what made it easier was when I said, let's just go to each other's houses.
Okay, yeah.
Because then it's like, there's no
pressure.
have to spend so much money and blah, 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 blah. But it just really helps. And I just, now I've become like a really like, my friend kind of person.
Yeah.
I used to be like a very like, romantic. My man, which man was it? I don't even know.
Just that
but
one.
yeah, but no, I just feel like the older you get, the more important it is to have a community, have people that you can rely on. And I just wanted to be one of them people that people could actually rely on, because I felt like I wasn't, to be honest. I wasn't someone that people can rely on, especially because when I had the salon, before I sold it, that's all I thought about. So I felt like I've spent a lot of my 30s. I don't like the way I said a lot of my 30s, because I'm
like
not
there's been bare of them.
Yeah, I want to be clear. I'm not deep in it.
39.
She's 39 years old. I knew it. No, but I feel like I've spent a lot, especially since turning 30, fixing like relationships.
That's nice. That's good.
Do you know what I mean? And just trying to be like more, my friendships are this, my friendships are that, and really try and build this like community. And you know what? It's made me a lot happier. I can't lie.
Yeah, of course. Like I think we literally are humans made for connection, and it's not just romantic connection. That's it's too much pressure to put on one romantic partner. So I feel like I think we can't deny that we actually crave community and affection and love and all that kind of stuff that you can't. Yeah, you got to get that from your community.
And making new friends.
Making new friends, not easy.
Yeah, that's the bit where I think a lot of people do find it hard to like make new friends, because it's always like, oh, I've got my friends already. Yeah. I don't have any more room. But I'm like,
I feel like I could do a better job of nurturing the friendships I already have. And so sometimes I do feel like, oh, there's no capacity for like new friendships. But at the same time, if I meet someone and we vibe, I'm not going to be like, sorry, I'm full. Like, I'm not going to do that. So I think there's always room for new friends. And I think people need to, as we get older, I think we're just more in our head and we think, oh my gosh, no, I can't go up to that person and speak to them. But if I was standing alone and someone came to speak to me, I'd be like, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank
honestly,
you for coming to speak to me.
Honestly.
So I think, I say that, I'm shy. People don't think I'm shy, but I am shy. And so I'm maybe not the best at like walking up and just being like, hey, I want to be your friend.
Yeah.
But I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm open as well. Like my friend Abiola, I slid in her DMs.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally slid in her DMs because I was following her and I was like, yeah, this girl is really smart.
She's very smart.
And she's saying all the things that I'm thinking.
Yes.
I feel like she says the things that I'm thinking, but she says it in a
in
better
a beautiful way. Yeah.
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 Like,
Sometimes screenshot like.
Yeah. So I was like,
this is what I'm thinking, but you said it way better.
yeah. So one day I slid in her DMs. She said something and I was like, whoa. And I slid in her DMs and I was like, I feel like we think the same.
Okay.
And I feel like we should be friends.
That's good.
And then she was like,
that's bold.
yeah, I don't know what came over me actually.
That's good.
But I just really felt like we could be friends.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, I feel the same. And
I
then
love that.
we just like linked up in true Abiola manner. It wasn't like a dinner or something that you would usually do. We literally went to a listening party. That was our first ever link up, and everything else has just been vibes. Then we went to Paris together.
Oh my gosh.
And that's when we actually really sat
Cemented
down and really like cemented it. But honestly, it's just been vibes. Even though she's mad intelligent,
Yes, proper.
ridiculously.
She's impressive. That's the word I'd use.
Yeah, she's impressive.
Very impressive.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I said, that's my friend.
Yeah. You know, some people you think have two heads. It would be her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
And then she's so fun as well. She's
Yeah.
just a vibe. So I'm
Love
grateful that I...
And imagine if you didn't slide.
Exactly. Imagine I was feeling like
shoot
I
a
was
shot.
a beg.
Because that's how I would feel.
Yeah.
But that's just it's pride, you know.
I had to risk it. I was like,
Insecurities are kind of pride.
yeah.
Like,
Because why
in
not?
a weird way.
Do you know what I mean? Why not? You know, she needed a new friend and it was me.
I was there when she needed me.
I was there when she needed me the most, okay? And I'm grateful. And I will keep doing it, actually. I think it's important just
That's a good shout.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Let
be
me think about whose DMs I'm going to
Just
slide
be sliding
into.
and be like, hey.
I can't take rejection. That's my problem.
No, neither can I.
What would you do if she was just like, seen?
Well, I'm going to unfollow her. Like, crazy.
I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to mute her.
I want to mute her. Yeah.
This never happened. I never
she,
existed.
She actually took a while to reply.
Oh, is it?
I feel like she took a day.
Yeah.
And I know I was panicking.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, did I go too far?
But I've started doing that, you know. If I need to take time to reply, I'll be like, I know it's not nice to leave you on red, but I've marked it as unread.
Yeah.
And I'm coming back to it.
See?
But obviously on your end, all you see is seen. Yeah,
so in my head, I was like, did I misinterpret this relationship? Okay, because I was liking your stuff, you were liking my stuff. Did I read this wrong? Like, and then when she finally replied, I was like, oh. I think she might have taken longer because I think she was figuring out if it would be too forward for her to ask me because it was the same week.
Okay.
So I think, I remember, she took long. She took like
so
2 days
funny.
because she was like, is it weird if I ask her to come to
These
this
times
music
you
event?
really slid
And
into
in
the
my head,
DMs.
I'm thinking, is it weird? Did I come across too forward?
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, because she's such an intellect, I'm like, oh man, she might have read this as, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know her in it. So I was like, she must have read this as like, you know, I'm gagging for it.
Yeah.
I'm clout chasing.
We apply so many like assumptions on people.
It's
and it's
crazy.
like 9 times out of 10, they're not even
They're not even
what you
hearing all of
think.
that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyways, I just feel like now that we're in our 30s, I'm not deep in it. I don't want to marry. I haven't married to my age
I don't
yet.
feel it.
Yeah. I haven't married to my age yet because I just feel like, is it really, really my age?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's just a concept, isn't it?
Yeah, especially with the pandemic.
Yes, that we need to talk about that. As in society, as a society, we need to talk about how it just swallowed
2 years.
2 years of our life,
And
we had to just carry on as if
nothing happened.
Yeah.
Do you know what I think? I think, that if as a society, we all decide, like, who's going to fight us? If we all say,
Go back.
Yeah, if we all say, look, because the pandemic happened, we are all 2 years younger. All of us.
What's the implications of that?
Is there any implications?
There is.
Really?
Let me tell you one.
What do you
So what age do we retire? So the ones who are 65 are now 67. Imagine.
No, they're
That'd
not
be-
65, but they're old, but they would have to retire at 67.
Exactly. So they'd have to retire at 65,
Yeah.
but their body is saying, I'm 67.
Oh, yeah.
And I've worked 2 years longer.
Yeah.
And then what else would happen? Fertility might be affected because you're thinking, I'm 39, but I'm 42, 43, 41.
Damn.
All these things.
This could really change a lot of people's lives.
It'd be like, you know, like when people in movies, when people go back
in time.
in time and then they change one thing and it's like a butterfly effect.
Yeah.
I feel like there'd be loads of things we haven't thought about.
I'm willing to take that risk though.
What about kids? Because they age. Do you know what I mean? Like you're telling me this baby's 18 months and it looks like a 3-year-old. You'd be like, oh, my baby's a newborn. No, your baby's 2. Your baby's 2.
Your baby is 2 years
Yeah.
old. You cannot gaslight me.
Yeah.
Damn, wow.
Gotta think about these things. Maybe I should be in a politician.
I was actually about to say that.
I can't be a politician because I'm still somewhat of a people pleaser. And I feel like automatically there's going to be half the nation are going to hate you.
Yeah.
And I'm not built for that.
Yeah, you'd be like, this is not right.
I'd be like, what's going to make everyone happy?
What's going to make everyone okay?
Everyone.
All
of you.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Faking Adulthood and watching as well. Shout out to my co-host. You guys know how the vibes go here, okay? Like, listen, if you did not like my co-host, yeah, do not use that as a reason to not come back because we know she's not going to be here next week. So, thank you so much for listening and watching. Don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend, like, leave comments, and let me know if you actually have batteries in your house. And also, please leave a comment of what your complaint of the week is because I really, really want to know, and I'll read out my favorites in next week's episode. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.